everybody, welcome. We are back with Theron and Rylea, and to do crafting stuff, because it'd be Monday. And Monday seems to be crafting, gathering stuff.
Well, we do it on other days, but we're busy with getting killed and gear ups. And Monday is about when we're finally loose from all of that.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Now, do you have any preference between the metalworkings and the carpenter, weaving, leatherworker?
6 of one, half dozen of the other, because I'm leveled in all of them.
Or we can go straight to fishing and torture me with trying to get my fishing up another 9 levels.
Let's deal with the others first.
Why don't we start with the one that includes leatherworking? There's also weaving and carpenter. Weaving is my current lowest, so I'll start with trying to bring that one up.
That would be this lady.
That's part of the nice thing is it'll take a while before I overtake my leatherworking level.
Hello, Orca.
Yes. Hey, Orca. Ooh, books. Somebody has books.
Yes, she does.
Pamika, the Scrivener. You do realize we are consigning you to doing a lot of the reading.
So be it. It was bound to happen sooner or later. Watch me muff up my lines.
Pamika's gaze is fixed upon you.
Hello, Doodles. Welcome back.
Yes.
Give me 1 second here.
We're starting the next round of quests for Wachameki Meki.
A very warm welcome to you two artisans from afar. Theron and Rylea, was it? You stand before the epistles by Pameka, and I am Pameka herself. Charmed though I am by your interest in my shop, I would like to confirm one matter. Tell me, can you two read?
I don't know that I'd say I live for literature, but that's as close as they're going to get here.
I'm surprised they don't have something if you're already a scholar.
Yeah.
Of course, writing on the other hand. We should be able to read Tirali script. Thank you, Echo. I see. You need not worry. My question was one of personal interest and has no bearing on the work I offer.
Now, hold up. I live for literature, and she does have a different answer.
Am I going to have to try?
As do I. Why, just the other day, I was so immersed in my reading that I accidentally walked off the pier and immersed myself in the high tide harbor. But I digress.
Oopsies! So,
someone after my own heart.
Is she a book goblin?
Well, she hasn't hissed at us for threatening her books, so maybe not.
We of Tuliolal speak of Tirali with aplomb, yet it is a comparatively young language, as our traditional tongue places emphasis on oral storytelling over written word. We have a sizable population of civilians who do not read or write. My services cater primarily to this clientele. I offer a writing hand when occasion demands, mostly for people mostly for pinning letters or official documents. Ah, so you're a mechanical doll. However, I've recently received a commission for something larger, a book of stories. These are tales which have never been committed to text, a document of oral storytelling, a most riveting prospect, is it not?
Should I call her Sister Grimm?
Alas, I find myself ill-prepared. While I possess paper required for simpler documents, I have no experience in binding tomes. Yet, with the skill of an adept weaver, or carpenter, or... leatherworker, that works too, at hand, I could accept this task with my head held high. What say you, traveler? Will you help me tie these tales together? Ow! That top one!
Okay.
Fear not.
Yes.
We'll
Fear not.
cover
I'll
you.
cover you.
We'll cover you.
Oh, how are we going to do that without being in tank?
Much obliged. Then let us report to our client and officially accept his request. His name is Zimowini, and he works at FFXIV's, the restaurant by the beach. I'll need a moment to close up shop, so would you go on ahead and wait for me? Yeah, she unfortunately doesn't look like a violet. Or an evergarden.
Yes. Oh dear. I think Zero's spices have made it here.
Yeah, I've heard something about that.
One of the guys we go by, Gods, my tongue is on fire! My tongue is on fire! Yep. Zero's cooking, definitely.
No, that wouldn't be Zero's spice blend. If it was, his entire body would be on fire, not just his tongue. Zimone.
Ah, Pamika, welcome.
Good evening, Zimowini. I am pleased to say that we are ready to undertake your commission. Daedrin and Rylea here will be binding your books, and my intuition tells me that none would be better suited to the endeavor.
That's excellent news. The more the merrier. But where are my manners? My name is Zimowini. I'm relatively new to Tuliolol, but I've been earning my keep as a waiter here since I arrived. The FFXIV is a haven for travelers from every region. If there's one thing I've learned in my short time here, is that everyone's got a story to tell. From myths and legends to folk tales and anecdotes, our patrons share their nigh endless supply of unique and fascinating tales. Inevitably, one regular or another will badger me into retelling an old favorite, so I try to memorize as many stories as are told. But memory has its limits. I'm afraid the details from so many different narratives might eventually become jumbled or forgotten, which is why I thought to record them in a book for all to enjoy. Of course, my people pass down our traditions via the spoken word, so I neither read nor write. Pamika may be an exception among Tonawata in that respect.
Zimawani will tell his stories, and I will transcribe his words. No different than the other dictations of a letter, except perhaps a bit longer.
Quite a bit longer. I also thought I might study my letters while you're both hard at work. I'd like to be able to read the books we make, after all. You should join us during transcription if you'd like. Hearing each story might serve as inspiration for its binding. They're fascinating stories, all. I can't wait to see them as books.
When would you like to begin? My schedule is relatively open right now, so I'm available whenever you please.
Then I'll pay your stall a visit once I finish my shift. It shouldn't be too long now. As soon as my shift is over, I'll pay you both a visit at Pamika's stall. Until then...
Alrighty then. Be here. We will have our transcription sessions here. I have readied plenty of parchment and ink, so you needn't worry about that. However, there are still a few more preparations to be made before Zimawini's arrival, and your business may call you elsewhere in the meantime. Stop by again when you're ready to begin.
Oh, we're ready.
I don't know if my bags are ready for all this crafting food.
Yeah, there is that. A mouth-watering dish of bomba rice seasoned with hearty spices and baked with Avenarian prawns. May I undertake deliveries for epistles by Pamika. Yeah, and this is the level 90 delivery quest. Hanu Opportunities. Pamika's quill is primed and ready.
You seem eager to start, and I'll admit, so am I. According to my research, will require numerous components: boards, covers, woven cords, the list goes on. Furthermore, a binding can be made of nearly anything: wood, cloth, leather. The possibilities are endless. I'll leave the particulars to you and your artistic taste. Once you have enough materials prepared, we shall be ready to document Zimawini's tale. Okay, what sort of mats are we going to need to gather?
Okay, so we are doing handcrafted cover components. Which I guess is, what, class? Yeah. And it wants Ophiu Taurus leather, Archaean velvet, and integral lumber.
The leather drops from Elpis. The other two requires mats from the land of existential dread. But first, let's see what I have.
Yeah, I've actually crafted all of these things in the recent past. That too. Okay. So the leather will require 4 hides each. And of course, we need 6 each, so 12. So we'll need 48 of the hides. Let's see if I can buy those real fast instead of having to hunt them. Where's that bell? Where is that
Well, I
bell?
think I put something of those up on sale, and I want to see if they're still there.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I've annoyingly, anything that I ever need to actually use again does sell. And it's everything else that isn't selling. There's a lot of everything else.
The answer is nada. What?
Oh, no. Wait, I want the bell. I want that.
And I have none of these on me. Oh, and the Elven element comes from Garlemald.
Yeah, I might have some of the element. But hides first.
I think I got rid
And I
of
want to
all
see if I
mine.
can get it the easy way. Okay, so I was figuring we'd need 48 of the hides. Now, they're not too expensive, but I'm going to be having to build this up a bit carefully. That should be 20.
Work that market board.
30. 34. Darn, gonna come in one off. Okay, that's all the hides we need.
Okay, that's the 48 hides.
And I have 55 of the element available.
Okay. We're looking for
So
the...
that just leaves everything else.
which is 60 AR Karen cotton bowls
Yep.
and 60 integral logs. Do we want to mark
Do
the
they
board?
go to separate zones?
No, they do not.
Because I figure we can gather those. It's just I didn't want to put up with the hunting.
Fair enough. Follow me.
Sure. Because we can gather those things in no time.
Once we get to our gathering spot.
Well, yes. Once we find our happy little trees.
I can tell you right now, these trees are not happy. They are, after all, in the middle of the land of existential dread.
Yeah, well.
AKA Ultima Thule.
I know where you mean.
Yeah, one of the things I want to adjust on your avatar is when you talk, because you're bouncing from the head, I want the hair bangs to bounce outward. Right now they swing in the same direction.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I've gotten all the alts on this server taken care of for the holiday. Part of why I didn't get to all of them last night is I kind of got sidetracked on Penger Bon. And he got all the way through the Crystal Tower Raid series and is now currently trying to unlock every single post-AAR dungeon and trial. Trust me, there's a lot.
There was
there.
a good number of them.
Yeah, there's a reason why they streamlined it down.
Yes, there is. They have realized that they were putting a little too much work in. Though, admittedly, at the time, everything they were adding was all there was. These days, you have all the previous expansion stuff to fall back on for content.
Yeah. Well, I kind of feel sorry for the development team because it's obvious what's happening is they're feeling a bit strained and overworked. So they're trying to find ways to cut corners and not deliver content that they felt wasn't really being taken advantage of, so they could put more of their focus into content that was. And the player base is having none of it.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're like, how do we develop all this and still keep to a same schedule? Because adding people isn't necessarily the answer.
No. So what sort of things are they wanting to cut out for, efficiency and such, and the fan base is saying, no, we want that even though we don't do so much of it?
Well, the current new quote-unquote exploration zone / field operations was added because it was taken out of Endwalker, but everyone bitched that it wasn't there.
Okay, well, not everyone. Some people were very happy to do Relic Commanderville quests.
And that was the other thing, is a lot of people actually complained that it was a tombstone grind.
I know.
This should be for the AR
okay.
Cotton Patch.
Okay, how many do we need?
60.
Yep, it is. Okay.
The fact that I have these notes kind of still memorized.
A rare variety of cotton which has been beloved as long as you can remember. Which is not very long, given that your mind goes blank each time you attempt to recall its origins. Oh, I had not read that before.
And I just pulled up a treasure map.
Yeah, I've got a bunch helping chew up my inventory.
Maybe we need to do a treasure map tonight.
My inventory won't take it right now.
Oh no.
Because nothing's selling at the moment.
Yeah, I've had that too. People were complaining we weren't getting hard / expert dungeons, but what we did get in trade was the variant dungeons. I just wish it was executed slightly differently from what, because they ended up doing it
Same here.
different than I was expecting, which kind of effectively locks us out.
Yeah, at least out of the second half.
Yeah. And
You can do the initial part quite well.
I mean, originally they were saying they were giving up on Deep Dungeon, and then they got this outcry for it.
Yeah, I had a feeling that one would come up. Please, guys, do another one, but please don't make it quite that punishing. Instant death. Thy name is Eureka Orthos.
Yeah, Eureka Orthos is really interesting because it is very doable, but it really requires you play a perfect game. And for a challenge mode dungeon, I can understand that. Okay, I've got mine.
Okay, I have even gathered some spares.
Ditto.
Okay.
So they are talking about re-looking at how they're dealing with Deep Dungeon and what kind of content it is providing.
Yeah.
So, and we are supposed to get a new
go
Deep
through
Dungeon.
the teeny tiny toy boat.
We are supposed to get new variant dungeons. But every time they're like, maybe we could cut this out, and the player base is like, no!
Yeah.
And there is a little bit of a
The
problem
good news.
with the people who are the most vocal of the player base for this can consume the content at such a pace that no developer will ever be able to keep up.
Yeah. Now, the good news is, anytime they talk about dropping something, they get an outcry of please don't. Now, the good news is that means there's a healthy chunk of the crowd that likes everything they're doing, or each thing they're doing.
Yeah.
And that says a lot right there. That's kind of impressive. The buns are going to be so confused when they get here.
Well, that's their problem. They won't be here for a while.
It will be. No. I was just thinking at some point it'd be interesting to see if we could figure out what episode they hit Heaven's Word. Because we can figure out what episode they hit Stormblood on pretty easily. Basically compare the number of episodes it took to get through AAR to the number of episodes it took to get through Heaven's Word and Heaven's Word Plus. And it is plastic mallet time.
Oh, so it is. Bonk.
Bonk. fun thing is going to be doing all of this with like 3 slots available in my inventory right now.
Well, you can hand me stuff and I can hand you it as you need it.
Something like that. Oh, that does remind me of something I wanted to do. Do you carry your dice in saddlebag or like at the bell?
Bell.
I.e. retainer. Let's go on through and then stop by at the bell in Tuliolal.
Okay. There is a bell over by the Meki Mekis.
Yep.
Yeah, thems.
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 Excuse me. Going to offload a few dies from my Chocobo saddlebag. By combining with your presumably existing stacks. If you don't have a stack of it, don't take it.
Sometimes it's hard to tell. Now there should
Yes.
be a bell around here. There it is.
I'm not sure there's one. Oh, there is one down here. Okay. Okay. Check your dies. Start with like the yellow section.
Yeah.
General purpose metallic gold.
Yes.
Bone white. Which is a regular die as opposed to one of the greens.
Yes.
Okay. Check over in the grays for general purpose metallic silver.
Yes.
Okay. And that'll be all my slots, so let's start with just that. And maybe just keep it to that for the evening. We can do another load later. And... Oh. Wow, yeah, I have like 6 maps now.
Do I have a map open? It does not look like it, so I can suck this one by opening it.
Yeah, I should probably open one too. That is a good point.
Maybe we should just say screw it, do maps.
I don't have the inventory!
Yeah, well, there is that.
Okay. Okay, let's get on to our crafting.
Okay, what do you want me to hand you, or do you want to hand me stuff so you can do your builds?
Let's do our usual thing, because I've got just enough that I'll be able to do all the intermediate assembles without trouble, I think.
Okay.
That will remind me, I need to pull out the Eblin Alaman. So, let's see, I should be handing you
6.
like 24 of the hides.
24 hides, 6 aluminium, and 30 bowls.
Yep.
And I need to trade you 30 logs.
That sounds right. Okay. And now we start our assemblies.
There's carpet over here. I'm going to take advantage of it.
You know, that's somebody's stall.
No one's here. There's carpet.
They're out on their lunch break.
I have old person knees.
Aha, that's your excuse.
From all the dragoon jumping. Come
Oh.
on.
Oh, and I am going to go ahead and have crafting food because I'm being given more crafting food. Thanks, guys. Happiness juice. Start with the easiest part. Oh, especially since that comes under trained eye.
Oh, right. I had spare logs. Dur, 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 dur.
I know the feeling. Okay, let's put the alum away at least. Shift down to carpentry.
I was like, wait, I just... How many logs how many lumber do we need? I still have oh,
Yeah.
right, I cut extra logs.
Oh,
Never
yes.
mind.
There's a person here, and their name is, and of course they're a Makode. Mewing cat scene.
Okay.
As opposed to viewing cutscene.
Yes.
I like it. I approve.
Fortunately, this is a relatively easy build because we're so overqualified.
Speak for yourself.
Oh.
I'm somewhat overqualified. Since it is level 90 and, you know, leatherworking was easy because I'm 98 in that, and the material for that was actually coming under tricks of the trade, but for the But carpentry for the wood, I'm only at 94, and weaving is at 93. It's pretty simple to do, but I do have to spend the effort.
Of course, I don't need to make any of these high quality, because I can just high quality the last assembly.
Not to mention, we don't need to actually hand over high quality components.
No, but I guess professional pride.
Professional pride! Not to mention, of course, I get extra XP for doing them high quality.
True. Yeah, I can't fault that extra XP. Of course, it doesn't. For me, it doesn't matter because I'm maxed. So.
Yeah, for you it doesn't matter, but for me it shifts it up to the 350 plus 350% bonus. I think the 300 part is the high quality. So basically triple XP, and then the plus 50 is from being in rest state.
Okay, time for the final build.
And another 3% on top of that.
I might not have enough backspace to make all of them. I might have to turn some in first.
I know I won't. Yep. And now halfway through the lumber.
Yeah, I'll be one bank space shy.
That'll be a lot closer than I am. Or will be. Yeah.
Yep, full inventory.
That's how you know it's a game for you. Thank you. We'll be here a little bit yet. Even when I come out of this, we'll be here for a little bit.
Sorry.
I just can't train diet yet. Durability.
You're working on it, though.
Oh, yes.
Work that log.
Okay, one more of those to go.
Oh, I'll be right back. I'm going to be putting my tea stuff up.
Okay.
Because I am done with tea.
No wonder you're so cheerful. Times like this, I'm glad I'm in the other room and can't get hit. Okay, that's everything from Carpentry. Now to shift down to Weaver, which is sadly a level lower. So this will be slightly tougher. Question is it going to be... No, it's an... Oh, no, that's Tricks of the Trade. Never mind. I nearly fooled myself. I do that. But yeah, that's still 1350, so 300. So yeah, so I can still do this on about the same schedule. It looks like. The main thing is whether or not it takes me 4 or 5 careful synthesis to actually complete the project, and it's still at 4, so that's good.
You can do it.
Oh yeah. I've done things a lot tougher than this. Having the food is helping a bunch too. Just as long as I don't do anything stupid, which is always the temptation. Good enough. Mostly.
You can do it. Just a little more.
Yeah, it's just that last one. Came up to 98% when I thought I was going to fill it completely. But it came out high quality, that's all that matters. I have to say, for the high quality chances, RNGesus has been amazingly kind over the last couple of weeks.
Don't curse yourself.
I'm just giving thanks for what I've already gotten. That's 4. Yeah, just bad timing. But that is more than what I need. Okay, let me shake a couple of spare items out of my inventory.
Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it.
And now I can build 4 of them.
Unfortunately, I'm at loss.
Or more than, yeah.
Which is sad, because if I could build the last one, it'd free up 3 spaces.
Yes, yes.
I know what I can do. Let me double check. The second one will not need the integral lumber. So I'm just going to throw my spares up on auction house.
Okay.
Unless you think you will need them.
I shouldn't. I might do something stupid and suddenly need them, but I should not need anything.
Knock on wood. Literally.
Especially since, with everything at high quality, wood. Getting into the greens is so easy. Hmm?
Knock on integral wood.
Yes. I'm surprised that the description for the wood and the lumber is just boring. Because, of course, I keep expecting a Larry Niven reference.
Sorry?
Yeah. They should be very sorry.
I'm still amazed they actually pulled out, and you could easily miss them if you didn't do side quests or accept certain answers, but they did like 2 or 3 different Hitchhiker Guide references to the number 42.
Yes.
And one was involving the carrots.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. Okay, inventory is full. Let's go turn in the first 4.
Okie dokie.
Handcrafted cover components. A varied assortment of boards, covers, and cords necessary to bind a book of local folklore. Hand over all 4. No!
No?
My purple scripts are nearly full.
Oops. My word, I knew you were an accomplished weaver, but your craftsmanship has surpassed every expectation. The finished product will be slight to behold. A sight to behold. I don't remember. Oh, over here. You found them.
Yes. Okay, first of all... No, that's materials. I don't want materials. Is there anything... Okay, the 11s are for 100, I believe. And I've got all the 10s. Maybe. Because there's also 12s. Okay, there's no books in gold, so yeah, it'd be 11 and 12. Yeah, I don't need any of that.
The joy of spending money.
Yes. Money that you have problems spending anywhere else.
Can always spend it on slither sand. Oh my god.
Oh?
It's one of the components I need to make the high-end version of the Heidelin weapons.
Does that one purple or orange?
Purple.
I can get you some.
Get your books first.
I have all the books I can currently get. And I don't have the inventory to get, like, my level 100 stuff yet.
Because it takes 8 slither sand per weapon.
Materials. Level 90 materials?
I think they're actually level 80.
Oh. Slither sand. Ah. 8 per, you say?
Yep.
Insufficient. Ah! Because I couldn't turn anything in. Fine. Materials. 80.
Would you like the glowing sword and shield from Heidelin for Pally?
Maybe? Oh, right. You're making those weapons. That's why you need something that's back at 80. Okay.
Heidelin was
back
90,
to trying
but
to.
it wants level 80 Slither Sand.
It explains. Dang it. Yes. Explains why it isn't asking for like a 100 or something.
Right.
Because I was thinking in terms of modern stuff. Okay, there's my first 4. And since that did not level, I'll do... Oh, no, I need to make the last 2. Because I had no room.
No room at the inn!
No, never room at the inn.
Am I gonna need to cheer you on some more?
No. I'll be done before you can get into rhythm.
Aww.
Like right now.
Okay.
Okay. Turn in the last 2, assuming that it does not try to go over my purple script again.
Ready?
Close, but no, it should fit. Yes.
And ding!
Aha!
The finished product will be a sight to behold. I'd already read that off, so.
Okay.
Now then, whenever you're ready, Zimowine, we may begin.
I think I'll start with a famous tale that has been passed down across generations of Hanu Hanu. It is a tale of their benevolent god and the crop that would enrich their very way of life.
In other words, Quetzalcoatl.
Long ago, the Hanu Hanu resided in a land beyond the clouds. Though their heavenly home was frigid, their enemies were few, and they whiled away their days dancing in the pale warmth of the sun. But one day, a great storm ravaged these clear blue skies. The wind and rains raged upon those lands so fiercely, it sent a pair of Hanu Hanu tumbling down to the waters below. Yet what should appear but a giant bird, as big as an island? It flew up and caught the Hanu Hanu upon its back. The kindly bird sailed upon the winds over the great blue ocean until finally it came to a land kissed by dawn, the land we call Tural. The couple was grateful to stand on solid ground again, but their journey had exhausted them, and their energies were spent. They searched high and low for something to fill their empty bellies, and it was there that they found the great bird once again, feasting upon verdant reeds. The Hanu Hanu followed suit, One taste of the sweet reeds filled them with vigor, and their feathers began to glisten with every color of the rainbow. It was then that the couple knew this great bird to be the god Gazaihe. They tended the reeds in its honor, and their brood would grow and prosper, becoming the Hanu Hanu we know today.
Okay, so not Quetzalcoatl. What do you think so far, Theron? Rylea, have you any inspiration for a suitable cover?
Leave it to us.
Splendid. I suspect Zimowine will have a few more of Hanu tales to tell before we are concluded here. We ought to construct our cover in the meantime.
So I'm wondering if that bird is really a dragon.
It's possible.
With your painstakingly prepared materials, you produce a cover befitting Zemowene's first batch of tales. You carefully bind Pamika's pages into the fold, and the tome is complete. It's a real book. I may not be able to read it yet. Just looking at it fills me with joy.
Books are remarkable things indeed. Stories told in speech alone will disappear with their tellers, but what is written is promised to survive. But my own romanticism showing through. More importantly, I greatly enjoyed your storytelling, Zimowine. About the
Hanu Hanu who once lived above the clouds.
Oh, this should be good.
Because there's a reason why I picked dragon as the possible bird.
Yes. A people called the Vano Vano, you say? From your description, they sound like they might share common roots with Turali's Hanu Hanu.
If you enjoyed those tales, I know plenty more like them. For example, the ones I heard the other day from a Pelu Pelu patron were fascinating. Theirs is a people with a talent for words. I'll have to practice ahead of time if I'm to do them any justice.
Please do. We'll be happy to hear from them whenever you feel ready. And so ends our first job. You were a pleasure to work with, Theron, Rylea, and I have a feeling you'll continue to impress.
So, I should have the levels to just go straight into the next one, or we can save that for next week and spend some time on the moon.
Why don't we spend a little time on the moon?
Considering that we might struggle.
I was
going to say, since we might struggle to finish this one in 20 minutes, the moon sounds better.
Yeah. Also,
You've got a feeling?
That the moon's going to be a little on the desolate side.
Yeah, sadly. So we have to step up and do our part.
Right.
And actually, let me double check that. Oh well.
What?
Too late.
No?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was right. Yeah. I am qualified for the next quest on all three classes.
Oh, very nice.
After that, we'll be needing to do some catch up with carpentry and weaving. Hi, Camping Way. Hi, Trading Way.
And I'm going to go to one which has the highest population.
Right.
All 11 of them.
Good idea. Yeah, 13 now.
Okay, how are we on the research? No, it'd be the structure.
We are 3 bubbles into Pert 13. Now, no new things, still the Cosmoport and hangars, but we were at 0 bubbles the last time we visited.
Yeah.
So 3/8 has been done. Okay, and of course, at the moment, both of us are mostly trying to get Cosmic Miner 3 points.
Yep.
And I am a little over halfway done. Yeah, for the A2 mission, I have to be level 100 or better Carpenter, which of course is not maxed yet, but the A1s I can do. I don't know how well I'll do, but I might actually give Crater Extraction a try just to see what it's like. Because, oh boy, have I been doing the same stuff over and over again.
Yeah, we both have. This is the grindy part.
Yes. Come on.
At least these little Cosmo Liner hoverboards get us where we need to go decently.
Yes. And they go more places now. It's just that ring initially.
Yep. Which is good because my thing is just way out in the booties.
Oh dear. Okay, so this is one of the timed ones. Oh, right, and Stellar Sprint. I will be very glad to start gearing up in a little bit.
Of course, I was started the mission halfway between any of the nodes, so now
Always the way it works until you're on top of things and you know exactly where everything goes.
Yeah. Of which it looks like mid-month of July is when Netflix is going to drop Leviathan.
And that's the new one from the creator of Cowboy Bebop?
No, you're thinking of Lazarus, which has been airing on Adult Swim.
Okay.
Leviathan is a new show by Orange, which of course did the new Trigun. I believe they also do Made in Abyss. I could be wrong on that though.
Okay. Why, I am going to barely make this if I make this.
I turned in at silver because I was stupid.
Uh-oh. I don't think I'm going to actually finish.
Oh no! I've done that. I have done that.
Hey, this is my first time tackling an A1 mission.
Yeah.
So I was kind of doing it to see how it was.
And
yep, I just failed.
There's a few A1
We're actually no.
Yeah, a few A1 missions that I've completely face planted on. So do not feel bad.
This one is just a case of no, this is just a case of I just don't have what it takes currently. Because this is the timed one, which I tend to do fairly well on, better than the other types. And I just have to spend too much effort being able to consistently get stuff that I couldn't spend the effort on getting volume.
That's sad to hear.
But as I gear up in the future, it'll get better. Oh dear.
He was saying, sadly, Lazarus isn't Watanabe at his best. Probably had a lot of meddling. That's my guess.
Okay, over at Calabash.
I'm gonna guess.
Oh, wait, no. I forgot to check to see what kind of points that one would get me. I think there's a reason I haven't seen that one lately. Yeah, that gets me 2s.
And now we gotta wait for GPs.
Yep.
So, Doodles, I kind of binge-watched a new anime for me. It's generally one that I would avoid, but there was a lot of good recommendations for it.
Okay.
From bureaucrat to villainous, Dad has been reborn.
Right, you mentioned this.
It definitely is gearing up for a second season. They've got all the plot threads for a second season. It needs a second season. It does suffer really early on from a style of writing that kind of irks me, in the fact that they feel they have to reiterate the plot point verbally several times to remind you. And it's like, no, you just need to say it once or twice. Stop that. But they stopped that after about the 4th episode, so that made me a lot happier.
Okay.
This is... I would actually recommend it because this is such a failed villainous. It's hilarious. Because...
Yeah, which is kind of the point from the sounds of it.
And I also recommend watching it in Japanese and not English. The English dub is actually pretty good. The problem is you need to have sign subbage, and they don't.
Oh. So kind of the problem that Ping Pong Club has.
Yes. The worst part about the Ping Pong Club, with it being on Crunchyroll, is they don't have the Japanese with the subbage. It is only English.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he actually doesn't fall down the villainous trope line. He basically...
Which is also part of the point.
He's trying to be such a good dad and constantly in dad mode. The entire shtick is, he is an otaku dad with an otaku wife and an otaku daughter. The daughter loves otome games. And
good for her.
He himself works as a civil servant bureaucrat in the PR department for his local constabulary. But he, of course, gets Izeki'd by Truck-kun. It purposely goes down all the tropes. And they acknowledge the tropes. And he suddenly wakes up in the body of the main villainess of the Ultima game his daughter was playing. So he immediately thinks, okay, I need to set things up. This is obviously the hero in here. This is the Ultima game my daughter was doing. I'm not big on Ultima, but I understand the concept, and he's a very old school geek.
And I just failed.
So I'm going to try my best to get her pushed along the proper love lines so that she can have a great life. And he fails so badly. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying that this year's Anime Awards by Crunchyroll was rigged TM. And while I liked Solo Leveling, I also agree that it did not win compared to Free or Apothecary or Delicious in Dungeon.
Or any good anime, really. It was very much a B-list anime.
Yeah, I agree, Doodles. That's like giving the Best Picture Oscar to The Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Not wrong! Yeah, Solo Leveling was very mid compared to the others. Even Dan to Dan, while I didn't think it was good as Delicious in Dungeon or Free Reign or Apothecary, I do agree that I think it is a little better written than Solo Leveling.
Yeah. I have problems with Solo Leveling. It's well done for what it's doing, but I have problems with what it's doing.
And I don't think you've seen Dan to Dan yet.
Nope. I'm vaguely aware of the name thanks to you, and I don't even know what it's about.
Dan to Dan is a story of two kids coming over and bonding over occult and alien incidences. And
okay.
It is a parallel for that time in a young person's life as they go through puberty. I can't say more than that. It would spoil the story, but it is just... it is out there. It is frantic and manic, and kind of with a slightly stronger and not quite as esotericness as Fooly Cooly.
Right. The obvious comparison at that point. There's my bronze, but yikes. Yeah, I have problems.
Yeah, well, I need GP, so...
Silver. Barely silver. Like, half a second in time for silver. I've got to get better gear.
Yeah, I agree. Dan to Dan is a far more structured story than Fooly Cooly is.
Fooly Cooly is very non-structured in nature and intent.
But that's also part of its charm. But it's
That's
kind
why I
of,
say it's unstructured in its intent. It's built around that. Now, it's not a knock on it, just the opposite.
Yep. But I totally agree that solo leveling, while it's good for what it is, it just doesn't cut it. Do we want to do a mech ops, or do we want to leave that behind?
I think so.
We do?
One thing, I'm nearly out of bonuses. Yes.
Okay, apply as pilot. And of course, Apothecary Diaries is just being a wonder. Though YouTube is really intent on spoiling me because they keep shoving all these Apothecary Diary videos at me, and half of them are taking stuff from the light novels that's ahead of where the anime is.
Right. Thankfully, I'm not having that problem.
And they show up in my doom scroll feed. It's like, stop that! Don't spoil me! And why are you doing this as this great revelation? We figured that out episodes ago.
Oh dear.
Yeah. And of course, Delicious in Dungeon has been just joyful.
Yes.
And I really hope we're getting more Freerun. Now, has Freerun actually concluded?
I can't imagine them not doing another season.
For the manga?
What about it?
I'm asking Doodles if Freerun is finished with the manga or not. Or if it's still going.
Prepare for launch.
Boarding!
Mm-hmm. Oh, right, this music.
Mechs away!
I'd forgotten the music.
And we've
Karen,
got one other
straight
mech
from
pilot here.
Yes.
Oh, two others.
Yes. Oh? Okay. Yep. One of them isn't doing much yet, but I'll give them some space in case they need it.
Big guns away!
Carrot gun. The fact that is the carrot gun.
Of course it's the carrot gun. And the hyper carrot gun.
Yes.
And someone's not moving.
Yeah. Seen at least one person who looks to be tackling things on foot, at least.
there's a couple NPCs to tackle things on foot.
Never mind. %. Oh, aren't you convenient? I think that one's still... Mac has started moving.
Yes, it has.
Gonna miss. Oh, oh, that hit both. Maybe?
Okay, we got gold.
Yep.
And of course, they just abandoned us out here in the wilderness.
I know. We're not too far from a station. Kind of midway. And of course, it's basically 11, so do our like roulette and turn in for the day.
Do you want to purchase another mech license for later?
About my gear. Yes. Yes. Always have one available just in case.
Well, it's nice that the manga team is helping with the production. I remember back in the day, it was mostly, yeah, we'll license this, and you get no say in it, so see ya!
Yeah, yeah. It was the standard contract of the time.
Miko Takahashi made a lot of money off of it.
Yeah, and she was just, yeah, I don't care. They get to do what they want, I get to do what I want. Who cares? Where's the...
Over here.
Barely.
Outside the big center
lost
ring.
track of you. Okay, there it is. Yeah, I've got to get my gear upgraded at the level 100 difficulty.
Shuffle the who's on the board. I mean, this is kind
Indeed.
of distinct.
Yes, yes it is.
Ooh, that sounded unfortunate. Wait, that signature sparkle, could it be a Big Bang ticket? You should thank your lucky stars,
Yes,
my
yes
friend.
it could.
For that exclusive ticket entitles you to a Big Bang fortune, a chance of a lifetime. Survey says... On Cosmos who craft... No, I'm getting the crafter delineations, which I never use. Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
My web explosive
I got some
outcome.
cobalt green
No, it's
dye
not.
for you.
If you ever have more shiny tickets burning a black hole in your pocket, come and see me for another Big Bang. No.
Yes, yes you will. You know you will.
I keep wanting the Cosmovac suit, and they won't give it to me.
Yeah.
So, time for some Stellar Coffee.
Yes. I'll have to see if I can do some more sneaking on. And I guess, I don't know, get some other stuff up to 97 so I can start trying to craft things.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, is Rumiko Takahashi still considered the wealthiest woman in Japan? Last time I checked, she was.
I don't know. She certainly was for a long time, and I doubt there's anyone who's overcome her.
Yeah, the only one who might.
While the later
close,
stuff I don't think has been as popular, it's still doing well.
Yeah, I think the only one that might have overcome her would. Trying to remember her name. She was the one who did Sailor Moon. Because those royalties just keep rolling.
Takeuchi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But considering that she's not single, where I think Rumiko Takahashi is, her royalties might get rolled into her husband's, who does Hunter x Hunter when he's well enough to do Hunter x Hunter.
Well, that's a heck of a duo.
There was spicy drama with that, let me tell you.
I seem to remember you mentioning that.
She was a lady of fashion and high taste, and he was the bargain basement otaku dweller who never left his room. Oh my god, the fact that they've actually made it work all these years, I think says something.
Yes, it does. This is, we need more couples like them.
Well, the fact that they've actually, as far as I understand, really made an effort and continue to put into an effort of their marriage. So it doesn't become
Part of need more couples like them.
I cheer them on. And of course, him having some absolutely horrible health problems. I'm glad he's still with us.
Yeah.
Man. Being an indoor otaku that never leaves your room as a need, that takes a toll. But he had other things going on too. It's just that exasperated it all. Anyway, we should call it for the night here. Thank you all for coming along. We will be back on Wednesday for our token grind. Pray for me. Progging has not been well with the funky frog.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
I heard some things tonight that did not sound good.
Yeah.
No, it's not mine. I'm not there.
Yeah, you are not there. It's not your problem.
I will not be there. I'm too smart for this.
Well, I will shuffle you over to Caradwin. Thank you all very much for coming along. Until Wednesday, be safe, be well, get a good night's sleep, and we really hope to see you there.
Yes, everyone, have a great night. Hope to see you here again Wednesday.